What's happening, people? Welcome back to the Brothers Geek Out podcast. Can't remember the episode, but we're back for another episode. What's happening, people? Hope everyone is well. Kibbs, what's good, bro? Everything cool? You're still in Birmingham for another week?
Yeah, I'm back in Birmingham. Got here last night. Here for another week, man. Amazing work got done today, though. We ran a little bit late because we're trying to get the last bits of the project done. But yeah, I'm back here, man. I do like it here, man. And as much as I miss the family, I love being creative, bro. Like being in that creative zone with a bunch of creatives in the room. It's like that, as I said, like that Oppenheimer scene when he goes, "Can you hear the music?" And it's like, and like everybody's just vibing off each other. It's good. It's good. I just had a shit night of sleep, which doesn't help. And I think, and it's not anxiety. I'm an overthinker like Dad, and I have my moments where I should be like yesterday was a 3-hour travel, get to the hotel, sort everything out, jump on some emails, and then go to sleep. Like it should be easy. I actually avoided staying on the computer too late. And finished off a program called Kaleidoscope, which we can talk about. Which I'm really late, but yeah, all good, bro. It's good to be back, and like moving forward, it's like something I really want to do, bro. It's like be able to share my passion for the creative world much more and see what else I can develop from it. I want to teach. I want to be a mentor. I want to be able to share with these guys what is capable and what you can do. And it's important to me that, a lot of these lot are coming from different backgrounds, trying to look for inspiration. Birmingham is a small city, but still a big city, and there's still work here and they can find things. And putting themselves out there. It's hard. I think being a creative myself, I think I was an introvert, but until I met Dwayne, Jahan, Yakub, and everybody else, I think I became an extrovert because of how loud we are. Even the videos Dad showed the other day, we had it in us as kids. Yeah, it was emotional seeing those videos. But yeah, off the subject, I'm back here, bro, and yeah, I'm ready to. We got the show on Friday, so I'm just getting everybody ready for the show. Getting your work on display is a whole different thing. Like I've only done one exhibition, and I feel like I need to do more so people can see the work I can do. But seeing their faces when they see like somebody drew a picture of me, like there was a self-portrait I put up the other day of me that somebody did. Dale did it, and Glow. I don't want to expose her real name, but Lois, she did one of me today, and it just like it's amazing what people can do, bro. That talent is you can't. It's hard to talk about because when people have a different visual look on how they see life, it's represented in the work that they do. So now I'm looking forward to the big shows Friday. So guys, keep an eye on our socials. My personal one, Kibla Ahmed Art, you'll see all the work on there. But I think I'm gonna post some of the work on the Brothers Geek Out channel. And you know what? I just had an idea. I'm gonna do like a solo podcast, but with all the artists there, and we're gonna have conversations about. You know what? I'm gonna do that. We're gonna have a conversation about art and what it means to them. And yeah, I think we can get into a bit of a deep dive. I'm gonna do that tomorrow.
That's awesome. I was just about to say that. I was just about to say, why don't you get someone on the podcast or get the whole group or whatever and have a discussion?
I'll get the whole group on there, bro.
That'd be sick. That'd be sick. I mean, I think the great thing about anything creative is every single human being is an individual, and every individual has their own perspective on life and how they see things, and whatever they're talented at, they channel individualism into that thing. You know what I mean? As Bruce Lee would put it, make it your own. You know what I mean? Jeet Kune Do is about absorbing whatever you can from whoever and the world and experiences and life, and just keep what is relevant to you, that works for you, and disregard what doesn't. So it becomes your individual thing. And I think that just works for anything in life. You know what I mean? That's
exactly.
awesome.
Make it your own.
Yeah, man. Would you ever move to Birmingham?
You know, Dada and Dad used to live here when they were younger. This is the
Yeah,
city they started off from,
crazy.
and where they lived is not far from here. So, like speaking to Dad on the weekend and him telling me about what it was like here. You know what, bro? It's a as much as cost of living has gone up, I'll get better value and I'd get a bigger house here. And everything's so easy to get around. Plus, they're doing the monorail and they're doing a bullet train, which takes 40 minutes to get to London. So, you know what? I would say I would, you know. It's a weird one. Being a city boy and being a London boy as well. I never thought I'd say that.
But Birmingham's a
But
city
I
as
think I
well. You know what I mean? It's a city as
it
well.
is,
But
it is, yeah, it
yeah,
is, it is. It's just we're so used to home. But I know now you could make anywhere home, bro, just with the people you're with. So it'd be a hard move, definitely. But it's easy to get here, bro. You know,
mm,
within a couple of hours you're here.
yeah, that's
And once
true.
they do the bullet train, that'll change everything.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, just asking the question since what you want to do, I guess there's an opportunity there for you, like there could be an opportunity there in regards to mentoring and whatnot. But that's great that you found that, you know what I mean? It's not easy. And it took 40 whatever years to find like this is what I want to do in life. And I don't think that's a
Mm,
bad thing, be it 40 years, 50 years, 60 years. Like there's not a bad thing. It's hard for people to find
mm.
what they really want to do in life. And in our own ways about giving back to people, you know what I mean? Rather than working just for corporate, which I do, don't get me wrong, but I have some dreams and aspirations of what I want to be, which is a personal trainer and all that sort of stuff. But you know, sometimes you gotta, I don't know if this is right, but sometimes you gotta be I don't think it's wrong working in a job and whatnot. You gotta be selfish in some ways because you gotta support yourself, your family, and all that sort of stuff. That's important as well. But once you
Very
find
important, bro. Very
once you find a base, once you've kind of set that up and you feel like, some people just want more, more, more. There's nothing wrong with that. I think some people just get to a phase where you're like, well, cool, I've done enough. For me, the way I see it is granddad set up one stage, dad set up another
mm.
stage, and I've set up another stage for me. Once I get to that point, I'm be like, cool, I've done enough. My kid is then inshallah I have a children and I'll be like, the next stage is you. I don't need to take it to that level. I'm happy where I am. You need to take it to that level.
Mm.
I don't want to put that
Exactly,
responsibility on my
exactly.
children. I'm not trying to say that, but I'm just like, don't ruin, do whatever you want. Just the way I believe, don't ruin the legacy that's already started. That the hard work, the sacrifices that the elder generation put, don't ruin that. Just keep that progression going and do whatever you want, art or whatever the hell it is. But yeah, no, it's interesting, man. It's good stuff. It's fun. I'm glad you're out there doing your thing. And I've been listening to some of the emotional messages from Alara. I don't know how you do it. That's tough. But you do it for
Yeah, bro.
Alara and the family and whatnot. That's the crazy thing. Like, it made me think of, it's tough hearing that because she's my niece. So it's very close
Mm.
to home for me and obviously very harder for you. But then just talking to some of the brothers out here and the Bangladeshi brothers who are working, who just leave their kids and they can only go back to if I remember correctly in Dubai, they can only go back for 2 weeks once every 2 years. So they leave their kids and all that sort of stuff in Bangladesh and other countries and they come here to work to supply and fund for their kids. It's hard, man. I don't know how they do it, man. We're lucky. We are privileged that we can have that time with our children and whatnot. Even dad
No, it's true. It's true.
dad worked 2 to 3 jobs. We spent time together, of course, but we lived in the same country, but he was out working all the time. But these brothers out here, man, leave their kids. I never forget one
Yeah, man.
story when I first came to Dubai 2 years ago when I had to come to Dubai to go back to Singapore during COVID and all that shit. I was talking to one taxi
Mm.
driver and he freaking broke my heart, man, just humbled me. He was just like, yeah, brother, I can't go back because of the virus, COVID and shit. And he was like, my daughter, baby, passed away. But and his wife was pregnant so the baby that he already had, but his wife was already pregnant, and he goes, but Allah blessed me with another daughter. I felt like I don't know, man. I was in the back of the taxi. I was like, oh man, may Allah bless you, man, bless you and your family. Like the way he saw it. I
Mm.
mean, after the religious was a big part of him, I guess, getting over it or the grievance and whatnot. But he couldn't go back and he was just saying that, you know, Allah blessed him with another daughter, which was already inside the mother. And this was obviously, you know, yeah. So I was like, oh man, I'll never forget that. It was such a humbling thing. And people out here hustling, man. My people are hustling. Our people are hustling. People like, listen, Bangladesh, yeah, we might get a lot of
Yeah.
stick about certain things, but our people are hustlers, man. I don't give a fuck. I've been reading this book called The Relationship with Money or something like that. Anyway, she brings up a point that I didn't know. I'm trying to remember, but Bangladesh back in the days, it's always been poor and whatnot, but it was one of the, I think she said it was like the second poorest country in the world, bro. I think in the 70s or something. And like this, I mean, this is where we're from, bro. This is our heritage, it's our DNA, hardworking, hustling people. You know what I'm trying to say? That's the way I see it now, man. I never saw that in my whole life. I was like, yeah, I'm Bengali, yeah, cool, cool. We always used to get cussed in the UK. I mean, I guess being Asian and Indian Asian and whatnot. But as I grew older and I lived in Hong Kong and I lived in Singapore and I'm just getting older and whatnot. And like, bro, our people, like we get shit. Like we're hustlers, we workers. But I remember some shit used to say to me because I'm Bengali and whatnot as an adult. But I don't get now. I'm fucking proud, man. I don't know much about Bangladesh. That's the thing, because I wasn't born and raised there. But I'm just proud that I'm from this hustling heritage. You know what I mean? In my opinion, you know what I mean? Like we're hustlers, man. We work.
No, definitely, bro. Definitely.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. I definitely know what you mean. I think as we've got older, we've had a bit more respect. I mean, we grew up on the west side, didn't it? So the western side of the world. So we took things for granted.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We didn't appreciate what we had there, bro. Honestly, it's only now having kids, the responsibilities that come with it. You know, being married and the rest of it, family. Yeah, it's a whole different ball game, man. A whole different ball game. And
100%.
I've seen what our people have done. I've seen what we've gone through. And you know, when people say, you know, I know we only got our independence back, you know, 1971, but our history, when you go back further, you know, you go back, man, we Indian, bro. You know what I mean? Go back even further, Mongol and the rest of it. You know what I mean? So there's so many different cultures in Bangladesh. You know, Nepal, Burma, all of that stuff. Like it's all entwined. We've got so much history, bro. So much rich history. There's not a lot. It's a lot. It's massive to deep dive. My brother-in-law's friend, who's a scholar, was telling me about the history of Bangladesh and where we came from. You know, there's a lot of Persian there, Turkish as well, because when they spread the message of Islam as well. So it's massive, bro. There's deep, rich history there.
You know
A
what?
lot of us have taken the time to look into it.
You just gave me an
That's the truth.
idea. I'm gonna fucking YouTube it, or I'm gonna download a book on Audible on the history of Bangladesh. I gotta do that shit. I gotta do that. I gotta know more about my country and whatnot. Because I don't really know much. And I know Dad was always trying to teach us like Bengali and whatnot. And my Bengali's not that. You know what? Actually, I tell you something, bro. Surprisingly, my Bengali ain't too bad, because you know some of the workers that come to the house, they listen, man. They're hardworking dude. They're all Bengali and whatnot. They don't know, there's no communication, right? Because they don't know how to speak English. And it's a shame, because they work on so many people's hand, and it's like, well, you know, they can't speak English, it's hard to communicate. So one day I was like, bye, Bangalini. And they were like, I'm like, okay, brother, listen, I'm a Bangali balanai. I'm saying my Bengali is not good, but let me try and explain something to you. Like, let me try and explain what the problem is here. And then, bro, I was kind of breaking it down, and he was talking some stuff to me. I was like, bye, slow down, I don't understand. But I was spitting it, bro. I was spitting. I was like, you know what? My Bengali ain't too bad. And I'm just like, all right, let me practice with these dudes. But yeah, you know, I'm gonna download a book. I'm gonna try and find out what's a good book on Bangladesh heritage, or not heritage, like the history of Bangladesh. Because if you're talking about the Mongols and all that sort of, I want to know, man. I want to know, like, you know, have we got some Genghis Khan DNA on us? Because you know that dude was a fiend, as well as a barbarian. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, bro. You know what? I wanted to get the scholar on the podcast. I would have loved to geek out with him, because I think it's something that 100%, you know, not a lot of it was facts, but he did his research, bro. So he's got a lot of good theories. So I'm gonna speak to Wifey and say, like, listen, man, I'd love to get him on a podcast with me and Gilman and just like talk a bit more about history and let people know as well. I think the one good thing about having this platform now, and what it showed me when Siobhan kind of embarrassed me and said, you know, look, there's a person who's an artist, but he does everything else outside the platform to get bigger reach. We have we have a platform, and we have a responsibility to not just, yes, we entertain people, and that's amazing, and I hope you guys are entertained while I'm eating a kebab here, losing.
That's what I'm saying.
Biggest mistake. Don't buy no kebabs, man, from him, man. It's loose. No flavor, and it's dry. I didn't get no sauce. But yeah,
No
spreading
chili sauce, no?
that message out there. Nah, man, it's dry.
No salad
Can't even
and chili sauce.
concentrate, bro.
What did you used
Man
to
had
tell
to
people?
listen. You know
Chili
what?
sauce salad.
Chili sauce salad. I messed up because we're finishing up late at the show because everybody's trying to get stuff done. Then I'm trying to hold a poo as well, bro, because I don't want to use the facilities. So I just went in there because I was like, it's the only place on the walk back that I know I can grab some food. Last time, my man tried to tell me 30 minutes for a burger. I was like, please, I got to get back. So I was like, I just grabbed it, bro. The only thing that tastes really nice is the 7-Up, which is a shame because the food is basic. So I'm not going back there. I know now I'm not spending my money there, even though it's cheap. I'm not spending my money there. I'm gonna probably have a bad tummy ache tomorrow, and then I'm gonna be at the facility where I can't use the toilet because somebody keeps losing in there.
Oh, I lose.
And it's the one toilet, and it's like, come on, man, some respect, man. There's piss on the floor and shit everywhere, and it's like,
bro.
yeah. Anyway, listen, change the subject. Anyway, I had to get back, do a poo, come back, eat, and it's like, oh my god, this is nuts. But yeah, all good, man. All in a day is hard work, bro.
We
But
went from
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh, the history of Bangladesh to Kibble taking poo. That's Bangladesh. That's the history of Bangladesh there, man. No, but yeah, no. Listen, man. Listen, I don't know. I can never poo outside of the home. Like my body, my it connects. It's connection. Like, I could be wanting to take a shit, and it would just hold it if I'm not at home. And as soon as my brain realizes, oh, we home, like I'm driving home or whatnot, and I'm parking up, the brain's like, oh, we home now. And then I'm like, oh shit.
Release.
I do that problem child walk. Remember that movie Problem? Remember when he had to take shit? Mr. Feeney, not Feeney, what's his name? Strickland, but
No, it wasn't Strickland, man. It was no, that's gonna bug me. I need to see that film. Listen, bro.
Problem Child 2 when the guy takes shit.
I know what I want. It was like proper loser. Know how old you are. Remember Problem Child 1 and 2. Great movie. I maybe even watch it. Actually, no, that's a wicked movie. That was hilarious.
Oh,
outlandish shit, bro. I'm telling you.
That movie was jokes. But yeah, no, from my side, bro, you know, alhamdulillah, I put the down payment on the car. So inshallah, I should be getting it soon. Just again, loads of things with finance and whatnot, which is always a mission here. But yeah, man, I'm excited to get that. Hopefully, inshallah, in the next week or two. I'm getting back into training properly. I just got back from MMA training. I am dying, bro. Just hard work, man, hard work. But I'm happy that at the age of 38, again, no one at the gym believes I'm 38, especially all these young kids out there. They cannot believe it, which is great. But I'm happy that I can kind of keep up with some of them. My body can't in regards to recovery, but in regards to when we're there and I'm warmed up, because I have to. But back in the days, bro, it's to go in and just train, no warm up, nothing. I have to go in 20 minutes early to do a warm up, and I'm talking about just a warm up thing that I got to just loosen every part of my body. I walk backwards, and I just all this sort of stuff to warm up. I have to, otherwise. I'm already losing, but without that, I'll lose even more. But yeah, no, just hard work right now, which is great. That I'm happy that I can keep up and just feel confident to do it. Because I mean, like every day I'm like battling myself, like fuck, I don't want to go. It's a 45-minute drive there. Then I got to train hard. That's gonna be hard. It's hot here like crazy, and then I got to do a 45-minute drive back, and everything's telling me not to do it. But it's just about you just go and do it, man. You know what I mean? Just keeping that discipline. Just get out there.
Go and do it, bro.
Yeah,
go and do it. Go and do it because
hot out here, bro. Friday, I know. I think it's hot in general, but Friday was the hottest day I've experienced. It was like 50 degrees. My God.
Oh my God.
My God, I can't even express to you how, bro, a 3-minute walk outside was just, it was crazy, bro. It was crazy. Just sweat and just like dehydration. I didn't need to pee. Bro, I've got the weakest bladder in the world. I went 6 hours without peeing because the heat just absorbs all my water, bro. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so hot, so hot. I can't wait till it cools down a little bit here. But yeah, no, just getting along with Dubai, man. Just getting along, and I'm looking forward
Bro,
to.
like, the body thing, yeah, is a weird one because while I was out here, I was running around. There's this nice little run that I can do in Birmingham that I was doing, and I was doing just under 5K every morning, and I could do the one lap in that 5K, which was good. But I was like building up to getting to 1.5, so I was doing like just 7.5K because I was trying to go around twice, but I was losing towards the 7.5K. So I said, rest this weekend. I'll start again this morning. Woke up at 6. Something wrong with my foot, bro. Left foot gone. Must have messed it up in my sleep. I don't know what it is, but like the top part of my left foot is swollen. So I'm like losing. And everybody was like, "Kids, man, you look like you're in your mid-20s. How do you do it? Blah, blah, blah." And it's like, man, I may look it, but my internals are losing. Like my left foot, look at this, man, all swollen up, can't even fit in the bloody trainer, bro. When you have to loosen up the top part of your trainers, and I was hobbling around to them. It's like, what's wrong, man? I was like, I bust my foot in my sleep. That's what we've come to. That I need to stretch before I go sleep. Bust
What's
my
that
foot up or
video
anything,
you
you know what I mean?
sent of someone, a guy, old guy, just ranting, an American dude, and what did he say? I'm sleeping. How do I break my back and sleep or
Yeah,
something like that? Bro, just busts me up. It's so true. But listen,
yeah.
I'm no professional athlete in any way, but I've put my body through some strain, and if now I'm at a stage where if I don't do my morning yoga routine, if I don't, before training, if I don't warm up 20, 30 minutes before, I am suffering bad. You know what I'm saying? The one thing, like I say, with grappling, which is the worst one, really, is because I'm getting squashed between the ground, the earth, and some 90 kg dude or 80 kg dude that's just squashing my spine into the floor, and that freaking hurts, you know what I mean? And I'm not even a professional,
Yeah.
and I train not as much as professionals, but now I can't take it no more. Back in the days, I used to roll like a madman. Now I can't do it. I tell coach, I'm 57 kgs, man. Put me with the smaller guys. I'm cool with that. I have no ego no more to try and roll with big dudes. I mean, it happens sometimes, but yeah,
Yeah.
listen, waking up. Trust me, every morning I have a 15-minute routine of yoga and dynamic stretching and stuff like that. If I don't do that, my body's just like crooked and shit. Like it's all hurting and
Yeah.
man.
The
Anyway,
thing is, I've been doing a lot more yoga back in again, but I just lose, bro, in that moment. Don't know what happened, man. And I didn't even feel it. I don't know. I could have just twisted my leg or something.
it happens, man.
I
My
don't know.
ankle's been
It's
hurting
one
for
of those things, bro.
ages. I just can't figure it out. But you just kind of push through and just, I don't know, like, do certain I do like I said, yoga and warm-up stuff. I do all the time. And I just do certain exercises now for longevity. I don't do any, traditional bodybuilding stuff anymore just because I'm focused on purely longevity stuff. So I do a lot of rotational stuff with the shoulders and taking my time and using the bands that's my workouts these days, pushing and pulling a sled, farmer's walk, stuff like that. Very, very longevity sort of stuff. And I learned from like, what's his name? I think it's Andrew Huberman, and a couple of these guys who come on Joe Rogan's podcast who talk about specific exercises which are great for longevity. One of them he was talking about, obviously the walking backwards and all the knees over toe stuff is great. One of them is about, jumping, and your ability to jump and land, which is super important, especially as you get older. I mean, the ability to, what did he say? Something about the stopping muscles. Like the going muscles is one thing, but the ability to stop, especially as you're older, if you need to stop suddenly, those muscles you need to work those. Because when you get older, it's hard for you to stop suddenly. God forbid, someone runs in front of you or whatever, and then you kind of lose and hurt yourself. So it's scary, and I just hope, I care. I think about dad and all that sort of stuff, and I'm like, I know he's trying to do some exercise and whatnot. I wish I could just put him on a routine where, like, come with me, man. Like, let's do some, like I say, like walking backwards and pushing and pulling a sled, like working on those legs and, like,
Yeah,
working
yeah.
those stopping movements and stuff. It's important for us, man. But all on that, yeah, that's just things in Dubai, and I just want to get this car and just hopefully freaking, get that sorted with no further issues, man. Everything in Dubai is always a bit difficult to do. Hopefully I could get that with no further issues, and enjoy it, man. Enjoy it.
Yeah, no, definitely, bro. I'm sure it'll be fine, bro. We'll be all right,
Inshallah,
inshallah.
man.
Yeah.
Inshallah. Cool, man. Well, let's get into some news, man. What you saying, man? Should we get into it?
Yeah, jump in, bro. Jump in.
Let's do this. I got my list. I got my list. All right. First of all, Sound of Freedom. Always talking about it. It
Yeah,
should
boy.
be on digital platforms from September 15th. So if you haven't seen it in cinema,
Boom.
check out the digital platforms. If it's out in cinema, go support the movie. Go watch it. Go watch it. So I think
Comes out this Friday in the UK. I started
cool.
tagging them in the post, yeah, which is amazing. So in the train stations on the way up here. So it's amazing that the movie's getting a bit of recognition around here and
Yes.
people do want to see it. So definitely.
Yes, definitely. Go watch it, go support it. And Mel Gibson, I believe, is bringing out like a 4-part documentary about child trafficking and children trafficking and all that sort of stuff. So, people with that platform is exposing this horrible thing in the world, which is so much horrible things in the world, but this one has to top it as one of the worst. So I'm glad people like him are out there exposing this and exposing industries and people that are involved in it. So good for them, and let's just let's kind of bounce off their platforms and what they're doing, and just kind of carry on that exposure.
Exactly.
Cool. I finally got a chance to watch Blue Beetle, bro, last week, and
Yes.
I
How did you find
freaking
it, bro?
enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was obviously it was a very heartfelt family movie, and
Mm-hmm.
way more of a family movie than Fast and Furious, put it that way. No offense to Fast and Furious, but seriously, way more of a family heartfelt movie than that. But it was cool, but he looked cool. I don't know nothing about Blue Beetle, but I'm a fan of what Blue Beetle's capabilities are, and I'm a fan of his personality, and I would love to see him honestly, I would love to see him interact with other characters in the DC universe eventually, if that happens. But I thought the CGI was cool. I like what's his name? Zolo? Is that how you say his name? Like
Yeah, Zola
I'm a
Marijuana.
fan of
Yeah.
his
Marijuana, yeah.
yeah, from Cobra Kai. I
Yeah.
like him. He's a talented kid. Ashraf shared something recently of him doing some hip hop and stuff. I'm like, this kid is one talented dude, man. He's awesome. And
Yeah.
the martial arts, you said Guyver and whatnot. I did feel that as well. I think the costume looked good. Not that I know anything about Blue Beetle, but it looked good. They were so
Yep.
happy that he was a superhero, and it was just, you could just feel it, you know what I mean? And you could
Yeah.
feel the emotions with his father and whatnot, and the family dynamics. You can really feel that. And then, you made a point saying, those father, when there's a thing with a father, I can always relate it back to dad, especially if it's an ethnic father. Like, I can always relate to it. I'm not saying it has to
Yeah.
be an ethnic, because Bronx Tales, for example, Robert De Niro's character as a father, it reminds me of dad as well. So it doesn't have
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
ethnic,
Exactly.
but there is something specific when it is an ethnic father. But it's really heartfelt, really heartfelt movie, and really good.
Well.
I really enjoyed it. I did. I enjoyed every bit, every part of it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
Listen, I know people usual are going to slate it and whatnot, and unfortunately, it's not making the money because it's being boycotted. DC is being boycotted by Snyder fans, by Marvel fans, and people are just boycotting it. It's not because the movies are bad. I don't give a shit. It's because it's being boycotted. But it's a shame. But I loved it. I really enjoyed it. I really can't say to you that it was, you know, you know, it's not the best film in the world, obviously. I'll never say that. But what I'm saying is it was a great comic book movie. I really enjoyed it. It was very heartfelt. And I love the powers that he had. I love the swords that he created. I love the fight scenes. They had even I'm spoiler alert, guys. Even the main villain, not the woman, but the other Colombian dude, I think it was. That last part when he wanted to kill him and the symbiotic suit finally kind of bonded with him, and that emotional connection that him and the suit had, they said, no, we are not killers. Because in the beginning, the suit was trying to get to know him and just trying to kill, and he was trying to express who he is. It's like, I'm not a killer. I don't want to kill anyone. And by the end of the movie, that flipped by the suit getting to know him and really having that symbiotic relationship, and became overcome with violence because obviously his father died, spoiler alert, guys, and all the shit that his family went through. And he wanted to kill that guy. And then the suit got to know him to a point where it was like, no, we are not killers. But then that little scene to show him why you shouldn't kill this bad guy, I thought that was awesome, because like he was just a normal dude. You know, you always have that in a movie, the security guard for the main the business, this person in the suit, and you know, they end up being an antagonist and the big fight. But to just put that little scene of what this guy went through in his childhood, I was like, shit, man, that is fucking awesome. Like in regards to like getting to know that villain in that short period of time. It wasn't just a brute and a security guy. Like there was some.
Yeah.
I loved that. I was like, that, in my opinion, was fucking awesome. I loved what they did with that.
And I think what I'm gonna call him Angel because I don't know how to pronounce it in Puerto Rico. So he put a bit of history in there, bro. There's a bit of truth to what happens in there with what kids went through during that war period and what war does to a person. And I think they don't take, I don't know, I suppose because we love movies and we love history, people don't take that context out of things. You know what I mean? Like that's why it made me think about doing a documentary on mum and dad, because, you know, dad could tell us a bit more about granddad as well. And, you know, again, about history about Bangladesh and stuff like that. But he gave us a little bit of Colombian history there about, you know, what people and what kids have gone through because of war and because of people. It's mad, man. It's crazy, but great, bro. Bro, you know me, man. I'm not one to shit on people's work. And as you said, it's not the best. It's not like the greatest movie in the world. It's not Oppenheimer, but I'm not going to watch that because of that. It's a comic book movie, which is going to bring me some joy, some tears, some excitement, some good action. So, you know, the suit was, you know, it brought Guyver to me, bro. Like a good version of Guyver onto the screen, which I still love those movies.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
But and the old guy, but yeah, awesome.
Bro, the transformation. Remember how scary that looked? Everybody was screaming and stuff, but Uncle Rooney just gave me jokes. But yeah, it was, bro. It's a good film, bro. You're right. I feel like people are just boycotting those movies just because it's DC.
There's no explanation.
And it's heartbreaking because
it's I read a stat that it's apparently the 7th DC comic book movie in a row that has flopped financially, and that's a shame. That just shows that, I'm not saying all those movies were great. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that they've been boycotted. I think that's what it is. It's not because they're the shittest movies ever. No, that's not true. They're not the shittest movies ever. They're great fun movies. They're not the best movies, but they've been boycotted straight up, man, by Snyder fans. I'm calling them out, man. Snyder fans, Marvel fans, and people who are just not comic book fans. Like, yeah, like, sorry, man. Like, I just feel like, I'm not saying they should make all the money in the world. I just feel like they're being flopped, but they're not making it financially. People are boycotting it, and then other people see that and they're like, oh, gee, like it's not making the money. It's like, how come I'm like, see, that's because it's boycott. And then people just don't want to go watch it because they feel like, you know, oh, it's flopped.
But why do people look at the money? Because they're not making the money.
They do that, bro.
People have lost their sense of entertainment, bro.
That's it.
People have lost their sense of entertainment. I mean, I'm saying it there, and it's hard to put it out there, and I don't like being blunt about it. Poor followers, people were trend followers, and I'm telling you, why the fuck do you care about the numbers when a movie is just a movie? as you said on last week's podcast, bro, we wouldn't check the stats and stuff like that. It's only because we do the podcast. But knowing that is heartbreaking in itself because it's somebody's art. And you know, I told you a week before that fanboys because when I was most of us influencers or whatever. I don't care. I'm not an influencer. I just love what I do. Get taking the piss out of because we're backing it. And of course I back it because I thought it was a good movie.
Yeah, and bro, you're backing it also
Yes,
because you're a fucking comic book fan. You grew up with this shit, and your name is next to Batman. How the fuck would you not back it, bro? Who would not?
exactly.
Especially if you're a fan of it. If you was
Exactly.
not a fan, I know you, if you were not a fan and you just somehow got in, I'm not. Okay, well, listen, you're gonna back it because they're not paying you, but you're in. But the fact that bro, we grew up with this shit. I spent that much money on a Batman statue and all these Punisher shit for a reason. I love the art, I love the characters. Of course I'm gonna be in. If fucking Marvel or DC contact me and say, "Gee, you want to go watch the movie?" I'm like, "Hell fucking yeah, bro!" Even if the movie, hell yeah, man. I'm going. If they wanted to ask me to like, "Hey, G, do you want to come to the premiere of She-Hulk 2?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I'm coming." Even though I've been cussing the first season, I'm coming, man. Hell yeah. You think I'm gonna say no? Like, we're fans, man. We're
I think
shit.
yeah, no, it's fans, but I think people have lost their sense of escapism, and we've all become critics, and we forgot just to enjoy things for what they are and what we get. Like and I think everybody who's listening in is probably the same, and we just love it, and that's the thing. I'm happy we get this content, bro. I'm so
Well,
happy we get this content.
But listen, man, you mentioned Oppenheimer earlier, which was a phenomenal movie, and I've said this before. Anything that Nolan does is like a spectacle now. But as an example, bro, Adam Sandler just had a new movie that came out on Netflix called "You're Not Invited to My Bar Mitzvah." Bro, I'm a fan of Adam Sandler. So we watched the movie. I'm not gonna say again, it wasn't all of Adam Sandler movies get slated, but there's always this first of all, there's always this underlying meaning to all his movies. And secondly, there's just jokes in there that makes me laugh. I love Adam Sandler. Any movie that he makes, I'm watching. And bro, if Adam Sandler contact me and said, "Do you want to come to the premiere of my movie?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I'm coming, bro." Like, because I'm a fan. I'm a fan of him. Now, look, some people might
Exactly.
say shit because I don't want to get into that part, like Palestine, Israel, and all that sort of stuff. I don't want to get into that. But I'm a fan of all Adam Sandler movies. I'm not lying. So when he brings out this movie, and it's about a teenage girl and her bar mitzvah, I'm like, it's Adam Sandler. I'm watching it. And when you watch it, bro, there's some jokes in there that you're just gonna bust up laughing because it's just, it's Adam Sandler style jokes. So I listen, man, as a fan of movies or whatever, I was talking to my friend Ian today, and I was like, you know what? The amazing thing about movies and all the content out there in the world, each of them can hit each individual person differently. And that's the amazing thing about individualism and all the content that we have. You know what I'm trying to say? Like last summer, I put up a clip the other day on my Instagram, and I'm like, this movie is so fucking good. Like, it's the best movie. For me, it's just any one little scene on Instagram, and I got goosebumps. I'm like, fuck, I need to watch this movie. Like, every movie can relate to anyone because everyone's an individual. Everyone's gone through some certain shit in their life that can be relatable in a movie or a character, whatnot. Might not be relatable to me, but will possibly be related to someone else. It's so amazing. But I think a lot of people who just follow the trend choose to ignore that. You know what? Maybe I might enjoy it. Maybe I might enjoy this if I just give it a chance rather than just like, oh no, I'm a diehard so-and-so fan, or I'm a Snyder fan, or I just want to boycott DC. It's like, how do you not know you would go in there and be like, oh shit, that was nice. Like that made me feel good. But no, people are too stuck up in their ways of tribalism and bullshit, which is silly. Just go and enjoy it. Just go and enjoy the movie, man. But anyway, I got off topic. Blue Beetle was fun, and I very much enjoyed it. I thought it was a great movie, and I hope they do more. I don't know because of these budgets and shit, but I hope they figure it out and do more somehow. I don't know. Hopefully they figure it out, man. Oh, I don't actually. It's not them figuring it out. There's got to be something that they got to do. I don't know. Maybe they got to take a break. Maybe James Gunn's like, you know what? Fuck y'all. I'm still in charge of this shit. And one of my first decisions, you know what, is we're taking a break. So you're not getting shit no more. So fuck you, lot. And then they come back later. Maybe, I don't know. Because you don't want to.
You know what? And that's actually a good decision, bro. That is a very good decision. And everybody would say I'm a fanboy for James Gunn. You know what? I am, because I appreciate art, and being in the field of art, there's nothing wrong with taking a break. And if people are not going to appreciate the art, bro, which is heartbreaking in itself, because box office numbers and us not getting a continued story and not seeing returning characters come back, then take a break. I mean, if they do that, 100% with them, man.
I'll support them. I know they got like Aquaman looking to come out at the end of the year. I don't know if that could make any difference. Yep. I don't know, but you know, yeah, I would. You know, if I was James Gunn, actually, I don't know shit, but I'm just saying, man, take a break. Say, you know what, fuck y'all lot. We're taking a break. No more DC movies for you for 3 years, 3 to 5 years. Done.
Yeah.
And in the background, they could make a catalog of movies. They could just make them and put them there. You know what I mean?
Of course, bro.
And then just say, cool, you guys don't appreciate what we do? Well, fuck off. We're done. We're done with you lot for a bit. And then maybe they could start fresh, you know, in a couple of years. Maybe people have changed, maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, no, listen, I enjoyed that. But I heard or I saw on Instagram that it's already coming out and to be released on digital in September, if that's true. It might be fake news. That might be fake news, but it might be coming out on digital already in September, end of September. So I don't know. But anyway, that was Blue Beetle. Another thing that's come out this week was Ahsoka, which I watched episode 1 and 2. Part 3 will probably come out this week. Bro, she's freaking cool, man. I like her, man. Bro, like the way she's got her 2 white lightsabers, and she's always got the 2. She's awesome. And the fighting that she does, like what's her name again? The lady, what's her name?
Rosanna Dawson.
She like definitely has done some martial arts. Like some of the stances she's getting into, I'm like, you're getting in like deep force stance and whatnot, and the way you're holding it, like samurai. And she's done some like Bushido type, you know, katana training. Like they must definitely, I think they all do. But she's really cool. Listen, I mean, the show itself is great. I'm enjoying it and everything. I'm just walking away with that. Like she's fucking so cool. And then rest in peace, Ray Stevenson. He looks awesome. Like an old knight.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the way he
looks. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, and I don't like I don't know the story. Listen, I don't follow the cartoons, and I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, but I watch them because I'm invested in it. But I'm walking away from this show like, this is so cool. I'm loving it. I'm loving the Jedi. I'm loving the double samurai sword, lightsaber sword. I'm loving the freaking the dark side Jedi. I'm loving Ray Stevenson. I'm enjoying this as a whole, man. It's just fun to sit and watch. I like it.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. If you guys followed Rebels and the Clone Wars, then you'll understand where the story's going. And you know, General Thrawn. Yeah, it's good, bro. It's good to see good Star Wars content, bro. And you know, Dave Filoni, who you know is the creator of Ahsoka, and you know did all the Rebels, and he must be well proud, bro. I put out a tweet the other day, man. You must be so proud getting to see your animation come to life on real life screen, bro. You know, that's amazing in itself. You know, I mean, like when George Lucas first did Star Wars, you know, it was from storyboards and ideas he had. He took things from different samurai movies and science fiction and Western films and made this amazing concept and world, bro. Like, you know, it's what Stan Lee did with, you know, with all the other artists in the Marvel world, you know, with Steve Ditko and Jack Kirby and all those other artists that, you know, started that journey off, you know. Same thing with what the DC did with Joe Siegel and Joe Shutter with Superman and, you know, the rest of it, bro. Like, you're creating worlds, bro, which is amazing. And he must have been, like, super proud when he saw Ahsoka in The Mandalorian, and then even more prouder to see his own show, live version of Ahsoka and the Rebels all together, you know what I mean? Sabine and all those characters. That's just amazing, bro. Absolutely amazing. Like, it's really got my creative juices flowing again. Like, I feel like we're in a moment where I can't stop momentum. I need to keep it moving because I think after I did the last Gallery 37, my momentum slowed down. But now I know I've got a bit of a plan of what I want to do. I want to create stuff, bro. Whether it's directing or something like that, I want to do something, bro. Definitely, without a doubt.
Well, yeah, just keep
Definitely.
that momentum going. Whatever you got in your head, man, just action it. But yeah, no, Ahsoka. Listen, I feel like she's one of my favorite Jedi's, man. She's so fucking cool, man. I mean, that's the only word I could kind of put to it. But I'm like, man, she moves good. She out of all the
Yeah,
Jedi's
yeah.
I've seen, you know, from Obi-Wan to Luke and whoever it is, her fighting style is just I could just I don't know. I'm a martial artist. I love martial arts and whatnot. I'm not saying all the other ones are not great and whatnot, but she just looks like a samurai, man. I love her movement. I love her stances, all of that. So she's freaking cool as hell. I'm loving Ahsoka. I'm enjoying it. Great. You know, if Mandalorian shows up, I would. You know, he doesn't have to show up, but I would love it even more. But yeah, no, great show, man. Another one to watch on Disney Plus, which is awesome. Cool,
No,
man.
definitely, bro. Definitely.
Moving on to keeping on the Disney train or whatnot. Some Marvel stuff. So there's rumors that keep coming out that Nicolas Cage will reportedly appear in a future MCU movie as the Ghost Rider. And people are throwing out there Daredevil, and something in the multiverse or whatnot, he'll show up. But listen, his Ghost Rider movies, I'm not saying they were great because they weren't that great, but he was awesome as Ghost Rider. I like the way he looked. Those movies were, you know, decent in regards to like visual effects, I guess, in that time period. And it's Ghost Rider, man. He's a cool freaking character. So if he shows up in I don't know, like Deadpool 3 or something like that, that'd be fucking awesome. That'd be really cool. Blade or something, I don't know, like some sort of multiverse thing, I guess he has to show up in, but that's pretty cool. I don't
Bro,
know.
I think it'd be awesome. I actually enjoyed the Revenge. I can't remember which one. The one with Idris Elba, the second one, because the visual effects in that was sick. And yeah, I think the stories haven't been the strongest, but I still watch him. I still think he looks great, and he's got that skull-like face anyway,
Mm.
so it matches the drawings and stuff. So he looks good, man. If I was to see him, I'd still geek out, bro.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'll still geek out. Yeah, I'll still geek out.
Very cool character to show up. It would be great to have him. I
Excuse me.
haven't really thought about him in a while, but I think Ghost Rider showing up will be pretty awesome.
Well, he
You know,
did
you
his
never know.
Superman thing. He must be proud of that.
Yeah, for sure. And you never know like what they're gonna do with this Deadpool movie because you know it's just all over the like you know they're gonna be all hopping through different timelines. I'm assuming, which will be fun. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, it'll be cool if they both if it's a buddy cop type movie where they both hopping through different timelines and they just you know most like going through multiple timelines that we're familiar with from all old movies. That'd be freaking fun. That'd be fun as hell.
that'd be dope, bro.
Yeah, that'd be fucking
That'd be
amazing.
so dope.
Sticking on this Marvel
Well,
note.
you know,
Oh, go on.
Don,
No, go.
with the images that went out with Wolverine and Deadpool. You know, in the background they had a massive 20th Century Fox sign,
Yes, and it
like
was
in
all
the
broken
rubbles.
and shit.
Yeah, so we could get more, bro. We could get more.
The old
We could get
X-Men
more,
and the
definitely.
old Fantastic Four, like we don't, I mean, listen,
Yeah, that's right.
it's a geek out moment. It'll be a fun fucking movie. It could possibly be $1 billion movie if it's great. Deadpools are always good, and as long as they got the flexibility to do what they want to do, then you got $1 billion movie there, I reckon. Especially because you put Wolverine in the costume. I think that guaranteed the billion, to be honest with you. I don't give a fuck. That's a good move, man. It's a good move.
No, definitely.
Well, look, on this Marvel news, so I read some other stuff that the CEO of Disney, what the fuck's that guy's name again? I
Bob
forget.
Iger.
Yeah, I can't remember his name,
Bob
but
Iger.
who? Bob Iger. Yeah. I think he was saying something about there's a possibility that they might be taking away budgets from from Marvel or save budgets, and they're gonna focus more on quality over quantity. Because as we know, some of the Marvel stuff has kind of dipped a little bit in regards to quality. You know,
Yeah,
so there was all these. I don't know, this might be all fake news and shit, but like we might not have a because there was all this shit about 4 or 5 coming out. You know, they're working on it or whatever. But then I heard
yeah.
people saying that they might put a pause on that and some other things. Listen, like in phase 1, 2, and 3, we had some mediocre movies. You know, like I don't know, like fucking I don't know, Captain Marvel, for example, wasn't the best movie or whatnot, but it all led up to fucking Endgames, which was amazing. So I
Yeah.
don't think there's a bad thing of having like mediocre, basic sort of movies leading up to the Secret Invasion or whatnot. But I just feel like we haven't had much of, how do I put it, man? Like the Secret Invasion thing, we haven't like what they're leading up to. It hasn't felt like it's there, like on the backbone. I know this multiverse thing is on the backbone, but what are we leading up to?
Yeah.
I don't think that backbone has been set properly, even with Kang the Conqueror, because you know, in Ant-Man, I loved him. Jennifer Majors, amazing, but I hated the fact that he got battered by a bunch of ants. I'm like, oh, that's basic. Killed that part. At least just, I don't know, at least something else, but he got killed by a bunch of ants. I'm like, this is basic. So, you know, I was just like, I just don't think they've set the backbone of the multiverse or Secret Invasion. I don't feel the threat. When you saw Thanos at the end of that Avengers Endgame, you're like, oh, Avengers movie, you're like, oh my God. That alone was just a threat where you're like, oh my God, this is going to be crazy. And it built up so much to it. Then he started building the Infinity Stones. You felt the backbone of every one of those movies, and that's there. Even if it wasn't connected, like a random movie that wasn't connected to it, you'll be like, I know it's going to be there at the end. I'm not feeling this right now with this one, but you know, let's give it time. We'll see what
Because I
happens.
feel like we can only give it time, but with the Infinity Saga, they had a tangible. Sorry, man, I've got itches. A tangible thing that it was going towards. Each stone represented a phase, you know, and then at the end of it, it was a tangible thing that it could do serious damage. We don't seem to have that in this now.
Yeah, and I didn't really like the fact in Loki where they just kind of disregarded the Infinity Stones. I'm like, oh, that's a powerful weapon. Why did you do that? Are you trying to say Endgames and all that shit was for nothing? Or the whole phase 1, 2, and 3 was for nothing? Like, don't do that. I mean, it's too late now, but now when I think about it, like, I wish they didn't do that. But yeah, no, I agree. I don't feel a threat. I don't feel any threats at the moment. That last scene with Kang the Conqueror in Ant-Man, where there was all the different variants, I was like, that's cool, but I don't feel a threat. And I hope they bring that soon to something, man. Make a threat. I don't know. We'll see. But
yeah, I just feel like they haven't had much guidance to it, bro. I just feel like, I don't know, it's a weird, I don't know.
And some
it's a weird
steps
one
are
at the
wrong.
moment.
Like I'm sorry to pick on them, but like She-Hulk and Thor, it's just like what went wrong? Like they were bad, in my opinion. Like Thor, I keep getting on. I'm like, man, so much potential, so much color, so much power, such a great villain. Why was it so stupid? Why did you make it so stupid? Why did everything have to be a joke in the movie? Why did Thor had a stupid relationship with, you know, Stormbreaker and all that? So I'm like, all these little things. I'm like, you made it the silliest, dumbest movie ever.
And I think he's a character that should have had a bit more pain with him.
He's got so much pain.
Like he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, like my thing is like, why, who is Kevin Feige is the dude? Like, shouldn't, like, what happened? Did he just take his foot off the gas, or like, shouldn't he be there and be like, guys, like, too much jokes? Like, get you know what I mean? Like, isn't someone there? Isn't he there anymore? Even with She-Hulk, like, guys, CGI is a little bit too basic. Let's get this better. I mean, obviously the visual effects guys should be treated right and whatnot, but also some of the story and
of course
silly things, I reckon, like, in my opinion, like her twerking and all that sort of stuff. I'm like, this is not really necessary. Like, build the character, like stop building her as a sex object, like which she is in the comics. Okay, to be fair, she is in the comics, but I'm like, I don't know, build some good character to her, so I want to see her more. At the moment, I don't give a shit about if she shows up again later on. Like, what's she gonna do? Fuck someone else? Like, you know what I mean? Like Thor or Vision or whatever. I don't know. She could have a game with someone else. Is that the only reason why she'll come back? Anyway, I went on a tantrum about the MCU. I still love it. I'm still gonna watch everything that they produce. So I'm gonna be there every time in the cinema and watch it. Okay, cool. Last bit on the Disney stuff, and maybe because I clicked on one link, this keeps coming up, but Snow White is getting destroyed. It's getting absolutely destroyed. Now, listen, they're calling it woke, white, all this sort of snow woke, all this sort of stuff. They changed a lot of things. The main actress, I forgot her name again, she's getting destroyed everywhere. And I think, babe, I think because I clicked on the link, it's just sending me all the algorithms. I'm like, okay, I'm not clicking on it no more. Stop sending me this shit. But she is just getting destroyed. And I think the point is, I think when I think about it again, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I listened to some of the interviews that she did, and I was like, you know what? It doesn't matter what the story is going to be and what thing. The first thing that you did is you shit all over the old one. You're portraying something that's got some historical value. And when I say historical value, I'm talking about entertainment and story and blah, blah, blah that Disney has created, these old school fans and blah, blah. Yes, it's outdated. Yeah, of course, it's outdated and shit. But if you're going to portray that, if you're going to make a new one, you can't have the main actress or this is my opinion, the main person shitting all over the original and saying it's weird and all this sort of stuff, and then expect people to go watch your ones. Like, no, you just shitted over. Like, pay some homage. Is that the word? Hemorrhage? That's the wrong word. Pay some homage. Yeah, pay some respect. Hemorrhoids. Pay some hemorrhoids. No, pay some respect to the original, even if it's outdated, even if it's whatever. And just say, look, you know, things might be different. Yeah, we're gonna change things, of course, but the original was amazing, and we're gonna try and keep to it or whatever. Like, we're gonna try and respect it and everything. Look what they did with Ghostbusters, the all-female one. I'm like, you lot shitted all over the original one. Like, of course, no one's gonna like that. And then the new one came out, which is amazing. Snow White, which is one of Disney's, 1920s, 30s or whatever, one of the Disney's first ones, and what. Man, pay respect to it first. I think that's the first thing she fucked up on. Like, she's already, I thought, this film's already a flop, gonna be a flop because of maybe what she's possibly done. I don't want to blame her or whatnot. Bless her, she's a young kid. She's excited. She's got an amazing career and doing amazing stuff. But I think like her mentality was like, you should have paid respect to the original and just say, look, things are gonna change, but we remember she shitted all over it. She's like, then you lose, man. How you supposed to get fan? People are already boycotting that movie, and I've got no interest in watching it, to be honest with you. But my thing with Disney as well, like, you guys are flopping because you're just ruining and remaking classic. Why not just make a new thing? Why not pull it in a Snow White universe? Like, why not? Maybe Snow White shows up, the original one or something, and but she has her own story and it's kind of related. Like, you don't maybe make something brand new because you got creative people out there, or leave the original how it is and like, this is a new thing. I don't know, like, and she's going through some problems and Snow White can help her. I don't know. I'm just making up some shit. Don't just ruin the old one. And that's what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, people don't pay respect to what came out originally, and but this thing, bro, we in a society now where getting cancelled and having equal rights and opportunities, and we're getting them, but it's just getting done in the wrong way, I suppose. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I get it, man. Listen, everyone has a right to be and say and do what they want to do, but you can't change the past. History is history. Yes, some of the history is wrong, but in a weird way, some of the history, I guess, had to happen to put us in the position that we are in today. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
history's
definitely.
The thing is, and listen, what's happening now in Palestine and Yemen and whatever, it's going to be history in whatever years, in 50 years or whatever. Like, everything kind of just, you know what I mean? History is history. Like, you can't change it. You can't change it. I'm not saying it's good or bad, but you can't change fucking history. So rather than shit all over history, how do we move on from it? How do we use it to take us in a better direction? How to not force it with like, oh, that was shit and that was weird and we're gonna redo it. No, don't redo history. Let history be history. Growth.
Yeah.
Don't redo it. You can't change history. This ain't Back to the Future, man. Anyway, Snow White. Not gonna watch it, to be honest with you. I didn't watch Little Mermaid either. They lost my interest with these remakes. Leave the original cartoons, make some new shit.
You know what? Same here, bro. Like, I haven't seen. You know what? What was that? Aladdin was the last one I saw.
Yeah,
I haven't seen Lion King. I
I didn't
haven't
really
seen
enjoy.
Little Mermaid. I
I
haven't
saw
seen
Lion
what else was
King.
there? Yeah. What did I mean? Yeah, I mean, just it doesn't interest me, bro, because it's like you could do a continued story with the real life thing. You know what I mean? You could pay homage to homage. I can't even say the word now, man. Hemorrhage
Hummus.
to the original. Yeah, like oh shit. But yeah, man, fucking hummus, bro.
Yeah, no, I agree. I saw Lion King and it had no emotions. Like the visual effects were so great, but you couldn't see the emotions in Simba's face when Mufasa died. I'm like, he's got a straight face. He's got a lion. A lion has an angry face. So if you're gonna make me a real life lion, it's a vicious face, man. In the cartoons, you can feel it. Fucking emotional, man. Fucking fucked up my childhood watching that movie, man, because it's freaking emotional.
Mhm.
In a real life animation, it looks so good, but they're lions, man. They're vicious motherfuckers, man, with a vicious face. I didn't feel no emotions in it. So I think all this live action remakes don't make no sense. I would say stop remaking shit, just make new ones, make new stories, sorry,
Yeah,
or have a continuation.
yeah.
There could be a Little Mermaid, but why can't Ariel be in there and you have a new Little Mermaid who's going through a journey and you using that as a base to create this new live action one? No, you want to change the whole thing and upset everyone and well, not just upset everyone, just stop changing shit. Just make new shit. Anyway, that's Disney. See what they're up to anyway. They're still $1 billion, multi-billion dollar company anyway. So they got all the monies in the world. So good luck to them.
No,
Uh
definitely, definitely.
Cool. Real quick, finishing off with some movie stuff. Dave Bautista and Jason Momoa will star together in a new buddy comedy from the director of Blue Beetle, Wrecking Crew. Those
Ooh,
two will be a good
nice.
combination. I think they're both funny. They're big,
Yeah,
both brute dudes, and they're both funny. They got
yeah,
good
yeah, yeah.
humor. That might be a fun one. So looking forward to that.
Yeah,
Other
me
than
too, me
that,
too.
bro, listen, I wanted to finish off with some hip hop stuff that came up, man, which I thought was interesting, especially because it relates to old school hip hop. I don't know how you feel about this one though. So Havoc from Mobb Deep has confirmed a new Mobb Deep album with Method Man. Now, all respects to Method Man because he's fucking awesome. Prodigy and Havoc make Mobb Deep, in my opinion, and they got some amazing albums. And listen, Havoc and Method Man's a great combination. I feel like
Yeah, 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 it is,
maybe
it
not
is.
call it Mobb Deep, maybe just collaboration between Havoc and Method Man. Calling it Mobb Deep is a bit of a tough one, because Prodigy, I mean, like rest in peace, man. Those two were amazing. That's for Shook Ones Part Two is one of the best hip hop tunes of all time. You know,
Yeah, without a doubt, without a doubt, bro.
yeah.
Without a doubt. That's something else. That's something. I said that it's a tough one. I mean, I've been out of touch on music for a while, man, because I just listened to soundtracks and 90s hip hop and early 2000 hip hop. But I was listening to Big Pun the other day and really enjoying it. And like, it's hard, bro. Music now is like it's very selective, like. So I still listen to both of them, bro. So it'd be a good album, bro. But yeah, Prodigy, calling them Prodigy, probably is paying a bit of tribute as well. Probably paying a
Maybe.
bit of
I
tribute.
mean, what you said is definitely going to be a good album because Havoc and Method Man absolutely amazing. It's that's that little thing calling it a Mobb Deep album is tough. But maybe if they do, I'm sure, and they will. Like, hip hop's always done that, right? Most of the time, they always pay respects to the past and whatnot, and they pay homage to the originals and whatnot. So maybe they will give they'll do the respect for Prodigy as they should do. But yeah, and then lastly, on another hip hop thing, Lauryn Hill and Fugees came up. Lauryn Hill's announced a special 25th anniversary tour with the Fugees to celebrate her debut album, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. This reminded me of Ready or Not. I remember we bought we bought it on
Yeah,
cassette. We buy it on cassette. I feel it was one of the first albums not albums, so singles Dad bought for us. No. That was
yeah, yeah,
it was right. One of the first ones.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
We didn't even know about the explicit little logo shit. We were
yeah,
like,
yeah,
boy, tapes were 99p. Do you remember a single was 99p? What's that shop called?
yeah.
Our store or something
Our
like that?
price.
our
Our
price.
price.
We should go there all
Yeah.
the time. 99p buy the shoe. Fuji's Ready or Not came out. I remember that when that video came out, it was like one of the first ones to spend like $1 million on a music video. Such a great tune. Yeah, no, it just reminded me of that. But Lauryn Hill anyway announcing a special 25th anniversary tour with the Fugees.
That's amazing. That's
Did you
amazing.
hear, bro, did you hear about Prodigy from, not Prodigy, you had Lauryn Hill, you had Wyclef, what was the other guy's name? Fuzz. Did you hear about him,
Price,
about
yeah.
being an FBI informant and shit like that? Have you heard about him? And I think he's
Yeah,
in
I've heard
prison
about
or
this.
something
Yeah.
now. Like, but with the Fugees, maybe he's not involved in it, no, but there was this big thing about him being like an FBI informant or something, and I don't know what the hell's going on with him now, but that's crazy.
Fucking superstar pros, man.
That's
Losing
it, man.
with the
Freaking
FBI,
hell.
man. Sorry, dude. Respects to you, man. There are some things that we just don't get into. Anyway, before we sign out, there's a few things I want to do. Bro, you seen the trailer for Gareth Andrews' new movie called Creator with Denzel Washington's son?
I
And
haven't.
it's
No,
got Ken Watanabe in it.
you know what? It popped up. I haven't got a chance to watch it. I just is it good?
Bro, the trailer looks amazing and it's got a great cast in there. But they did something which I shared the trailer and saying that I was looking forward to watching it. And a friend on Instagram messaged me and said, I mean, I was excited about this film. This is his message. He goes, I was excited about this film, but I didn't like the fact that they used real footage from a real incident.
Oh,
So I'm like, what the fuck? What are you talking about, bro? So then he sent me the clip, and I'm like, oh my God,
what incident?
Hollywood, what the F are you doing? Like, what's going on? So this is all about AI and the future takeover and, how they integrate with the human race and the rest of it and how AI has taken over a lot of stuff. But there's a couple of explosions in the trailer that they'll probably show in the film. But they will cut this part out because they're getting backlash on it. They used the real life footage of what happened in Beirut, bro.
That explosion. What the fuck? They use that to monetize it. That's fucked up. That is fucked
And like
up.
they put visual graphics on top of it to make it look like that was the scene, but they used that explosion.
That's
and the
fucked up.
aftershock.
That is fucked up. People died, like all this sort of stuff is a real life explosion, and they use that in the movie to literally kind of monetize it and make that. That's fucked up. That is bad. That is bad. Yeah. Normally, I'm kind of.
So
I try to be.
the thing is, people, you could be creative. You could take it from inspiration, but replicating it and putting like a couple of buildings in front to make it look like the future and shit. I can't believe they used the real footage, bro.
That's
I
fucked
can't believe
up.
they used that footage.
That was horrible. Oh man. Especially if you're in Lebanon or you're Lebanese or whatever, or you were there and you're like, what the fuck? You use that in the movie for your movie? You use this for your movie? Like after the shit that we went through? That's fucked up. That's fucked up. How did it? But bro, you say Hollywood, fucking Sound of Freedom, fucking Hollywood motherfuckers, man. Like you motherfuckers, like bro, Hollywood. Listen, they gave us so much shit in entertainment and whatnot. Yes, and I'm gonna go to watch cinema and watch Hollywood movies, but them motherfuckers are motherfuckers, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
Hollywood's got a very, very big dark side to it because money rules for them. You know what I mean? Money rules. What are you gonna do? But that's fucked up. Listen,
yeah.
I'll try and check out that trailer because it sounds interesting, but that really is bad, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can't believe I can't believe they used that. So that is, I mean, I was really excited, but when I got that message, it was quite heartbreaking, man. A lot of people lost families and people lost their homes, and you can't use that as you can't. The fact that they've used it and they've just overlaid it with some graphics is heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking.
Ah, man.
Yeah, that's a tough one, bro. Because I can,
obviously,
like what open. Go on.
Oh no, I was gonna say, obviously they got that recording from someone who recorded it, and then like it's fucked up as it sounds. You're gonna pay that person for the ownership of the content, but then does that person even want the money? Like man, this is my country, man. This is what happened to me. I don't know, man. But yeah, so you were gonna say something about Oppenheimer.
Yeah, no, I mean it's like Oppenheimer. They recreated You know, they didn't. I think what Nolan did was pay respect and not show that scene of the aftermath.
No need. Yeah.
No need, because look at how many people got hurt in that. And I think Nolan is smart and he doesn't want to disrespect and the rest of it. But I think that's a nice thing. You know what I mean? That's a tribute from an artist that, like, look, something bad came out of this. And, you know, not many people were involved in saying, yeah, let's just kill them. Let's just do it. There were certain people in high places that made that happen, which he clarified in that, which is amazing. But yeah, anyway, so that was the creator. I want to do some shout outs to some people. And if you guys got any questions, man, please throw them in. I think we're going to do a little thing that we were speaking about in London when you were here, G, about around the questions, and we kind of fire it at each other, trying to answer it and stuff like that. Yeah. So,
quiz
but first,
type thing.
yeah, quiz type thing. So I forgot to say Kaleidoscope. I watched it on Netflix. Kind of binged it while I was on my journeys and stuff. Really good. It threw me off because you could watch it in any order. Because I watched it in, you know, the simultaneous order that it was on Netflix. I feel like I have to watch it again, but place the episodes carefully to make it understand a bit more. Because I felt like the way it ended, I was like, oh, man, how you end it like that, man? What happened to him? Because him and his daughter, you know, how he was. I just wanted to see that reconnect. Even though we got it in the phone call, that was actually the ending. And, you know, that episode, yeah, so that's actually the ending, what happened after the heist. But it's interesting. You can watch this in any format and still kind of get the gist of it. But I didn't like the ending. I didn't, because the ending wasn't placed in the way I wanted it. But now I can place it in the right way. Bro, that's smart TV, bro. That's smart TV. It's good. They need to make more shows like that. Very good, very good. So that was good. I got to see Barbie last week and didn't really talk about it. So here we go. Barbie, guys. Barbie was good, bro. Barbie was good. No wonder it made the billion. It was a good film. Listen, it's the deep meaning. This movie ain't for kids, man. That movie is not for kids, man.
Well,
Great,
it should be
number in it.
Really, I mean, wouldn't you think the target audience is young girls? But it's actually not. All men and everyone's going to watch this movie.
Yeah, no, man, because like it's interesting. There's concepts in this that are, you know, real world issues and things that we go through as a human race and what it's like. I mean, you know, the movie's very woke and the rest of it, but people may find that offensive, so I didn't mean it in an offensive way. Everybody's got equal opportunities in the film. Men kind of get it, but I understand why, because there are some most men are like that. It's a shame, but it's the truth. It hits some really good key points, bro. But very good, bro. Visually stunning to watch, bro. Very.
I love that you say visually stunning when you got Margot Robbie and what's his name? Ryan Gosling. Visually stunning, yeah. Bro. Visually, yeah. Those visually two stunning bastards, both of them, like beautiful freaking human beings right there. Yeah, okay, I get
Great specimens, bro.
Fucking genetics. All of them right there,
bro. Boy. I know, bro. You look at Simu as well. He's in it as well. And you're like, man, goddamn, man, how you get your chest like that, bro? All these brothers are cut, man, in it. And everybody looks great. It's a great, good-looking movie, bro. But listen, bro, good core message in there. A lot of people may not get it, but I got it. Did get me emotional in some scenes as well, which was it's great when a movie can touch all of those things, make you laugh, make you sad, make you happy, make you tearfully happy as well. And yeah, bro, Will Ferrell for me. I love Will Ferrell. That guy is gonna be close to my heart. He's the best. He's just the best. He's a lot of people, because I watched some reviews after, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do a review on this, but I'm gonna take my time and pop it up on the channel when I do want to watch it again. Can you imagine that? I do want to watch it again. But excuse me, Will Ferrell, man, I love him. He's hilarious in this. He plays the CEO of Mattel, and I think Mattel can start their own universe now, bro. Sick.
Okay, I mean, that's interesting. I'm gonna watch it. I'm definitely gonna watch it. I just, because it came out in the UK and then I was coming back to Dubai, just haven't had the time to. Otherwise, I actually would have watched it in cinema. So I'm waiting for the digital copy to come out, and then I will watch it digitally. But I'm looking forward to. I definitely want to watch it. Definitely want to watch it. And you bring up Will Ferrell. Do you know what's been popping up on my Instagram a lot? Is bloopers from Eastbound and Down. Fucking hilarious, bro. Him. Why have I forgotten blank? Him.
Danny McBridge.
Danny McBride and
Yeah.
Craig Robinson. There's so many scenes with them three in that show, and their bloopers is the funniest shit ever, bro. You sit there and just laughing my head off because they're so funny. Will Ferrell,
You know what?
is
I'm gonna watch him.
one of the funniest dudes of all time, man. I love that dude, man. Just he's not even like, he's just funny as fuck, man. I love that guy.
He's the best, bro. He's the best. I love Will. And you know, we didn't even talk about it. Before I came to Birmingham the week before that, I watched the screening of Strays, which is out in cinema now.
Which one? Which one? Sorry?
And Will Ferrell. Strays.
Strays.
The one with the dogs.
The dog one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Which is hilarious, bro. I've never heard so many F words. I think this maybe have the highest F word count in a movie.
Like, for real. I think Tarantino tops that. I think Tarantino owns that top space. I wonder if this beats it.
You know what? Hold up.
I can't remember what movie. I think it was
Okay.
like Jackie Brown or something. One of those movies. I'm pretty sure Tarantino tops it.
Oh wow, 180. No, he don't top it no more.
Who owns it? Is it that?
Is it Strays? Yeah, 2023, 180 times it was said.
And what was the second place?
It's a movie called. Hold up. Oh wait, hold up. No, you're right. Okay, so this is the top count of how many times somebody says the F word. Bloody hell! Wolf of Wall Street got 500. So there's a movie called Swearnet, the movie, 935 times. There's a documentary called Fuck from 2005, which got 875 times.
Well, that makes sense.
The Wolf of Wall Street is got 569 times. I don't know. I didn't notice that. Bro, Uncut Gems, which is another amazing movie by Adam Sandler, which are absolutely amazing. 560 Outpost, Summer of Sam. Bloody hell, Alpha Dog, Straight Out of Compton. Anyway, the top one is Swearnet and Fuck documentary got the highest count.
Damn.
There we go.
But this is a short. Something new. This is a short. The most fucks in a movie. I know we say the F bomb. I say the F bomb a lot. I need to control that shit. But yeah, no, it's interesting. I thought Tarantino owned that spot, but yeah, okay, makes sense.
No, he does. All right, cool. All right, bro. We'll leave it there. I gotta get some work done, and then throw this butter smelling kebab away. I'm absolutely upset. I'm gonna have to double up on my push-ups and sit-ups and yoga tomorrow. Hopefully, if my legs are right. No, I'm not. I can't run it.
Those kebabs go in your DNA, bro. But they do taste good. I mean, that one that you got was basic, but when you get a nice kebab, bro, they're nice, but they go straight into your DNA. They're that fucked up.
Can you imagine? They're getting blood samples of me later on and be like, "Oh, this guy got kebab DNA." All right, shout outs again. I'm gonna do this every week, and people that have interacted with us on socials. Shout outs to Fortis. He's in Egypt. Really dropped us some nice compliments the other day on Twitter. You know what? I'm just gonna read them if I can find them. I can't find them. There's too many tweets. I'll give up. But no, listen, Fortis, thank you so much, dude, man. I need to get you on the show, man. I think we'd have a great geek out session. You've had me on the show a couple of times now. So reach out to us if you hear this episode. Thank you so much. He says that we have got really good in what we do in the past 2 years since he's been listening to the podcast. That's amazing, man. That's and nice I really thank you for that, because sometimes me and Gilman, lose with name pronunciations and just certain things we say wrong.
I do fight talk with Curtis, bro. The names are ridiculous, some of these fighters. I'm like, but I'm not even trying anymore. But yeah, no, go and carry on. I'm the worst with that shit.
Yeah, bless him. Shout out to Yusuf as well, another all-time listener of the Brothers Geek Out podcast. We're always grateful for you to listen in, man. Thank you so much. He always engages. So I know that he said he'll reach out to you to get on an episode soon.
Thursday, I
Talk
hope
about fighting
we're
and
doing
stuff.
it Thursday, I think.
Oh, awesome. That's great, man. That's good to hear. Good to hear. Yeah. Tell him I said hello.
I will do,
Tell him
man.
I said hello. All right, cool. All right, bro. We'll leave it to it. As always, guys, massive thank you on the support on the podcast. You guys are absolutely amazing. We hit the 500 mark, which is, a milestone we wanted to hit. It's taken 2 years almost.
Almost 2 years. But our goal is to hit 600 by the end of this year, which was to double our subscribers from last year, which was 300. So our goal, we still haven't reached our
Okay,
goal.
interesting.
500 was great, but our goal was to get to 600 by the end of this year. So we still got some work to do, bro.
Well, we thank every subscriber that comes on there. It means the world. And even on like the other social platforms. As much as we're not a numbers guy, there is a few of you that really interact with us, and I can't thank you guys enough. Keep doing you. That's the main thing. I'm gonna lead with that. Keep doing you. And look at this, bro. One of the artists today, they did a portrait of me, and I'm like, I'm looking butters, man. I like doing portraits of me and stuff. But I love artists, bro. I love what artists bring to the table. So an artist gave me a sketch a couple of, what was it, last week? It was like a scribbly Kibbs. His name's Dale, an amazing, amazing artist. And he did this with one of my, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see it?
So, still blurry. Bit out. You got your screen's blurry, man, because you got the back. There you go. There you go. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool.
So that's really cool. And then Glow, who's another amazing artist, she did this, and it's made me like if I was a cartoon character, bro.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool too. And these
She
some
made me
talented
look like
people,
something
yeah.
from Spider-Verse, bro.
Yeah,
That's Spider-Verse Kids, bro.
that's sick.
Oh, man, lucky guy, absolutely lucky guy. And guys, you know what? I'm gonna link them in the description below if you guys want artwork, graffiti, portraits. Give them a shout, man, because like I got to work with some great artists last time, and we keep in contact still. And yeah, these guys, they've it's like Brum becoming my second home. I'm meeting some great people here, man, which is amazing. Absolutely amazing. All right, cool. All right, bro. Let's yeah. I've babbled on a bit.
Let's do it, man. Yeah,
Tired.
it's 11:45. It's 11:15 now in Dubai. I need to get some rest. But bro,
All right.
always good to catch up. I'm glad we're always geeking out. This is always fun to me. Like, like I look forward to it. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I know we schedule. I want to be more scheduled because I'm a scheduled person. I like my discipline in regards to routine and whatnot, which is why I'm like, guys, can we schedule a time and day that we just fix and whatnot? Same with the fight talk and everything. Because before, when we were like, "Oh, are you free? I'm free. Oh, can we do it now?" That was always a bit. I feel anxious with that. I'm just a routine guy, but I love putting this in my weekly schedule, and just geeking out, man. Like giving people our thoughts, giving people the news that we find, and giving our thoughts about everything, man. Whether we're right or wrong, that doesn't really matter. It's just our opinions. Thoughts, man, about movies and pop culture and any other shit out there, and what's going through our lives as well. Because everyone's got a story to tell, I guess. But yeah, on that note, yeah, let's leave it, bro. Oh, do you know what I saw? Sorry, real quick, just to finish off, because that reminded me. I saw Meg 2, and that was shit. Because it was so bad. Listen, there's something. I watched it because there's something about big ass shark munching on stupid people who are partying all the time, and then you got this bull-headed freaking hard nut who takes on these fucking megalodon sharks and just fucks them up and whatnot. But like I said, the fascinating thing is like these creatures did exist. Apparently, sharks existed 5,000 years or 5 million years before trees, maybe 5,000 before trees. And I'm very fascinated, and I hope what they did with this movie is just get the size of the sharks accurately.
Yeah.
At least that way you could be like, fuck, that existed, because that shit's scary. But the movie is basic. However, if you just want to see some, like I said, some stupid party people get munched up and big ass sharks and a hard nut, just fucking Jason Statham. He's such a
No,
hard
the
nut.
salt water in his eye, bro.
Yeah, and
No
he gets
salt
no
water
salt.
reaction,
That
bro.
was my. Oh, he gets no salt
No
water in his
blinking.
eye. Bro, I go to the beach, I get a moment of salt water, my eyes are red, and I'm like, man, I can't see. My guy's
I
no
can't see
salt water in his eye. Clearly see his water face is not even wet. I'm like, that's it, man. He's such a fucking fruit and nut case, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a hard nut, fucking British beef taking on some megalodon sharks. It's fucking there's something awesome about it, but the movie's so shit. So let's leave it there, bro. That's what I saw.
Oh, blood. Oh, bro, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. One more thing that was on my list, and I forgot to mention it. Today marks, I think, the 3rd year since Chadwick Boseman passed away. Rest in peace, King. We're always thinking of you. It's weird, bro, because you watch the movies, you watch the things. I watched a movie called The Messenger with him, which was really good, and we lost him too quick, man. Honestly, but what he left behind is a legacy to people live on forever. Because what he does is he kept on going, bro. He kept on going, bro. He kept on going. There's a quote. Let me quickly share. Hopefully it's come up. Gone. You have to cherish things in a different way when you know the clock's ticking.
Man,
You know the clock's ticking,
only
and you never know any
someone.
of us. You know what I mean?
I know, but only someone like, of course, well, our clock is ticking every freaking day, but only someone like him who went through that, and many millions of other people that know that they're gonna be passing soon can really implement that in their life. You know what I'm trying to say? Because I know my clock is ticking, but I'm still like, chilled, and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna sit back and relax and whatnot. But someone in his position, himself, and someone in his position can really cherish those last moments in the sense of who they spend it with and those last memories and shit. That's fucking deep. Rest in peace, King, man. Love that dude. Love, yeah, he's I don't know him, but love him. I think he's amazing. He's like a brother. It's like a brother that just there, man. Awesome guy.
Yeah, definitely, man. Oh, all right, leave it. Didn't mean to leave it on that note. Should have paid tribute to him at the beginning of the episode. But yeah, there's a guy. All right, bro. Take care of yourself, man. Have a good one.
All right, people.
Go
We
rest,
out.
man. Go rest.
Peace.
One love. Peace.